This is 219 News Now, brought to you by Strachan Van Til, making lives easier for 94 years.
I'm Andrew Garcia, and this is your 219 News Now. Linnell Jenkins has been identified as the man shot to death Wednesday during a dispute at the local Ameriplex at the Port Industrial Park, according to the Porter County Coroner's Office. The suspect, Lupe McGee Jr., was taken into custody Wednesday without incident. Both were reportedly employees at Comico. Witnesses report that during shift change, there was a verbal argument between the deceased and the suspect prior to the shooting, police said. The investigation is ongoing, and an autopsy is scheduled for Thursday. The Lebusnick Center for the Arts in Michigan City will host a free family day on Saturday from 1 to 3 p.m. It's the last chance to see the Lebusnick's blockbuster summer exhibit, Kapow! Mighty Mythos. It provides an opportunity to view a curated selection of vintage comic books and original artworks. Family Day attendees can use materials to design a superhero or villain mask. The center will also host a kid-friendly scavenger hunt in its 3 galleries. Free snacks will be offered and no registration is required. The first and only Kamala Harris headquarters in Indiana recently opened this month. Those involved with the headquarters shared social media information and more for those interested in what they have planned ahead of the November 5th presidential election.
We have a website that is nwikkamalaharris.org, and then we also have a Facebook group and a Facebook page, and it's NWI for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. And between those two outlets, we're able to kind of disseminate information. We have all kinds of fun events planned for the upcoming next couple weeks. We have a Kamala caravan to the polls that's going to take place from the office, where everybody will have their flags and their cars decorated, and we're doing that on October 26th. And we're going to have a women's march in Wicker Park on November 2nd, so stay tuned.
And in sports, Purdue nearly pulled out an overtime win at Illinois this past weekend. The Boilermakers offense finally woke up and scored 49 points, but it wasn't enough in a 1-point loss. As the voice of Purdue, Tim Newton, says, though, seeing life in the offense can certainly be a jumping-off point for the team as it looks to turn things around.
All of a sudden, this defense still can't really stop the other team, but at least makes a play and gets a touchdown on a scoop and score. But the offense, which had done nothing for the last couple of weeks, suddenly comes alive and scores 40 points in the second half, 6 more in overtime, and it's still not enough to win the game. So at least you walked out of there feeling that your team had put up a fight and that there's a little bit of life left. And now we'll see if that continues this week against a really good Oregon team.
To read up on more local news and headlines, visit JEDtv.com and NWI.com. I'm Andrew Garcia, and this has been your 219.